Let's make a deal, because these are all the discs that I've pledged to you guys for when I hit 50,000 subscribers here on YouTube. $42 plus the one that I don't have yet from Broderick means that they'll be split up into 5 disc giveaways, which right now you can enter if you go into my community tab here on YouTube. Post a comment on that, only one per person. But if you've been following this channel for a while, you'd know that these last few months have been a little bit of an anomaly for me. They've been weird because yes, I've been traveling and playing on the pro tour, but I've also had like a little bit of an existential becoming a dad crisis, which has meant that even though it's June 16th today, I've only posted one video in June, which is a little weird. I first announced the 50,000 subscriber giveaway over 6 months ago. Probably. I don't exactly remember the first video, so I can't fully check that, but it feels right that it was 6 to 8 months ago that I first announced this, and we're not quite there yet, which is fine. I understood it would take a while, but I want to make a deal with you to see if we can speed up that timeline and maybe double this or give you something else in addition. Because these last few months have been weird, and I've realized and come to terms with a lot that I'll explain slightly later in this video, I want to go back to my roots, which was daily videos. So from now until the end of June, June 30th, we'll be doing daily videos. It's only 15 days, and after that, I doubt I'll be doing daily videos for more than a few days at a time ever again. And during those 15 days, I'll be talking about this giveaway a lot, and hopefully getting to 50,000 and beyond. Because here's the deal that I want to make with you guys. If I get to 50,000 subscribers, obviously, this is getting given away. No big deal. If I get to 50,000 subscribers and I miss at least one day of posting daily videos from today until the 30th of June, I'll double the giveaway. So instead of 42, I'll take 42 of my own nice discs, likely my custom ones from previous runs, or really fancy, like good ones, and we'll double the giveaway. But it's not only on me to double the giveaway, because if I miss a day, of course it gets doubled. But if we get to 55,000 subscribers instead of 50,000, you can also double the giveaway. And if I miss a day and you get to 55,000, we'll triple it. Not quadruple, that's a little crazy, but I'll triple the giveaway. And so we'll just add on how many people get discs. If we get to 60,000 subscribers, I'll double the giveaway and I'll let you guys choose every disc that I bag for the rest of the year, except for my putting putters. I need to keep my putting putters because I've been putting well, and that's something that I think should stay consistent. But every other disc, I do have some sponsor obligations. I need at least 1 infinite disc in the bag and 2 finish line discs in the bag. But you guys can choose which ones those are, and you can choose my whole entire bag. We'll do it via polling and finalize it on a live stream if I hit 60,000 subscribers by the end of June. And that seems like a lot because it is 11,500 subscribers basically. But based off my analytics, if I think like a quarter or maybe even less of the people who watch my videos and aren't subscribed do subscribe, 60,000 could happen by the end of June. Part of me hopes that we just hit like just above 50 and that we don't have to do any doubling and I do all my daily videos, but I figure if I'm making a deal and trying to get to 50K by the end of June, we make it happen. I'm gonna turn the lights on, this is a little dramatic. So, this is just painted and I don't exactly know, I think it's some construction stuff, but it was in the basement when I got down here. It's a fun background besides that. That's essentially my proposal, but I do want to address the last couple weeks because I think it was 4 days ago was my channel's 3-year anniversary, June 12th. And for someone who once posted over 130 videos in a 120-day span and who has over 850 videos on the channel in that 3-year time frame, it's been weird that I had maybe 10 or 11 days off in a row last month and then basically take a week off between videos over the last couple weeks. Yesterday was Father's Day, and it was my first Father's Day as a dad. We have a 10-month-old, and she is wonderful. And being a dad has changed me in more ways than I can even imagine or describe. And if you become a parent, I'm sure that you can kind of resonate with what I'm talking about. It's not super describable, but it's something that like changes fundamentally everything, like most things about who I am and the things that I want. And it made me think a lot about like who I want to be, who I want to raise her to be, and kind of how that is going to guide the next year, 5 years, 10, 15, 18 years of my life, and how my ambitions are going to have to change because of that. But change doesn't necessarily mean like do away with. It just looks like a different form. It's more of like shedding a layer of the onion rather than completely getting a new vegetable. if that makes any sense. Being on tour is one of the biggest things that challenges it, because that was the dream for so long, and being a professional disc golfer was what a lot of this channel was about, and it was also a lot of like what my just personal time was spent thinking about and training for. I'm excited for what it looks like, but like I said, it's a changing of the trajectory and the ambition rather than completely doing away with it. And so there will likely be a video coming in the next couple weeks during this daily series that has some hyperbolic title like The Death of a Dream or something like that about my professional disc golf career. If you've been watching for a while, you probably know it's like the death of a dream in order that another more nuanced, more like specialized and more realistic and sustainable dream can kind of grow up in its place. And so more to come on that later. I know I'm saying a lot and nothing at the same time, but I needed some time to kind of get my house in order, literally in some senses, clean, organized, make sure that everything is fine here, have some really quality time with my wife and my baby girl, and just doing a lot of thinking and processing and figuring out where things are going, which honestly has me excited more than I have been in the last 2 years almost, ever since I really started like crazy heavy pursuing being a pro disc golfer, and like really kind of just like getting into that one track mind. I'm more excited now than ever to make videos and to even go out and compete, because it's now something that gets to be a fun part of my life, which is what it started as. And the video is almost in a sense like the reason I'm doing these daily videos is I was debating it for a while with my wife, like, should I just do this, or it's a lot of commitment and it'll take a lot of time. I know I can do it, but it made me realize like this is fundamentally like what my channel was about. I started my channel, started seeing some success in the videos, and then just the daily videos, and it was just like videos that I loved making, things that I wanted to do, discs and courses and things that I wanted to talk about. And I've kind of gone away from that in a sense, and some of it has been a little bit of an overly negative bias on some things. I think because I've been stressed in other areas of life, especially with trying to pursue being a pro and that being far out of reach, even though this is a long timeline thing. Like I plan to want to be in disc golf and trying to tour and be a pro for 10, 15 years. Like I'd love for my daughter to be able to caddy for me on the pro tour one day, which is a crazy long-term goal. And so trying to compress all of these things into a very short timeline doesn't really make a ton of sense, and it's not going to be helpful, especially becoming a new dad and kind of accelerating that timeline even more. I went about it incorrectly, and so taking some time to put the brakes on, refocus, and adjust the trajectory a little bit was pretty important to me. So I'm more excited than I have been in a long time to be making videos, and to be making videos not that I'm just like trying to do the best in my videos, but just make videos that I enjoy making about discs and topics and things, that kind of going back to basics, which is why I'm doing the daily videos for these 15 days, kind of as an homage to what really helped my channel grow to where it is now, which has supported me being able to have a kid. So I'm grateful for you guys for following this journey, and I'm also sorry that it's deviated from what a lot of you guys have really enjoyed and what I really enjoyed. And I'm the type of person who has to figure it out for themselves. And I think I went out and like the way that I did it, not necessarily the end goal, but the way that I did it, I thought was the right thing. And so I went after it, and I figured out that it wasn't for this time in my life. And maybe it will be for some of you who have like really latched onto that, or are also on your own pro journeys. That might be more right for you if you don't have a family and a kid and are planning to like let your wife stay home at the end of this year, so you need to really be worried more about the sustainability of things. There are more risks that I could have taken if this was my goal 5 years ago or 6 years ago or before I was married than there are now, and that's changed a lot. And so course conquests, disc reviews, $1,000 monthly match series, mystery boxes, and then just other videos and ideas that I've had on the back burner that maybe are a little more time intensive and not necessarily going to like give me the bang for the buck in terms of the time that I put in, but I want to do them. I'm going to start working on doing those more. But ultimately, I'm in this for the long haul. Just deviated off course for a bit there, but I'm back. See you tomorrow. Subscribe.